Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
Yeah, welcome to Drinkin' Bros, kids. Is it Tuesday, Dan?
We'll see if we make it through this show. Because of the fucking weather, and our internet sucks. Thanks a lot, Spectrum. 2022, you can't figure out rain, bitch. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's crazy, right? Everybody was asking us today. We're like, what happened to the live feed? It was like, well, there was storms in the area. And then if you watch the news today, especially like Good Morning America and stuff, I didn't know Dallas was that bad.
Yeah, they got butt fucked.
Holy shit.
The only storm that Spectrum needs to worry about is a storm of fists, right? Because at some point I'm going to reach, there's a breaking point that I will reach, and I'm going to have to go down to Spectrum and talk to the lowest level employee that you could possibly talk to and get and unload all of my stress onto them.
Sure.
Right?
We had one in studio.
Yeah, but
we
he's a fan.
did.
I can't.
He's a listener. We can't do that to a listener, obviously. And even he had some fun remarks about it, where he said, "Look, man, your wiring's all fucked up out there, brother." And I was like, "Why don't you fix it?" He's like, "I'm drinking, dude. I don't feel like doing work. I'm a vacay. I came to see you guys." So I understand that. But yeah, as far as unloading stress, dude, I'm there today. I outwoked myself here in Austin, Texas. And I'm going to admit it. I'm going to admit that I outwoked myself. I thought too hard about everything that's going on in the world, and I tried to just jam it into one fucking thing. And everybody knows that I've got my house for sale right now. Haven't sold it. Everybody's like, "Yo, man, you live in fucking Austin." And I'm like, I know, dude. And I'm like, even though it's a recession, this is weird. And I kept asking for like price drops and shit like that. And they're like, no, your house is fine. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, clearly that's somebody that wants a commission. But I also didn't meet this person. I went off a picture. You can pop it up there. Diller Schwartz is her name. Look at that.
I'm sorry, the first name is what?
Diller.
That's not a name.
No. Yeah, I should have known. I feel like I got manti-teoed is what happened. I feel like I got a fake person and I fucked myself.
Well,
I fucked myself on this one.
Diller is just not a name.
It's not. It's not. Usually there's a D on the end of it or something like that. But I overthought it. So here was my strategy going in. And look, we're always honest with you guys at home about everything that's going on in the world. We're in a recession, even though no one wants to tell us about it. Housing prices have dropped, 20, 30% at some point, which is fine. It's still Austin. Everybody's
Not my house.
making a profit. Exactly.
Yeah, mine's gone up.
Yeah, exactly. So it depends on where you're at, and it's all fine, right? And plenty of opportunities to sell. Bob, you sold your house in what, 6 days? Was it 6 days?
It was 1 day.
Was it really?
Yeah.
While the fucking stuttery preamble.
I know why, because Jesse and I have secretly hated him for it, and it's fine. We can all admit that on air, Bob.
I thought we all very openly hated each other here.
Right, yeah, that's true.
It's kind of the thing.
But this one's underlying where it's just like, oh, fuck, dude. Because we have a newborn as well. I don't have half my house. It is being staged at the other house. And then I got a fucking email on Monday. Was that yesterday? Was that yesterday morning? Is today only Tuesday?
Could be.
Son of a bitch. Feels like it's Friday. You know? I got an email that said, hey, you should clean out all this shit and everything else and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that's what I was told to stage my house with. Now you want me to move? I'd love to have that shit back. I can't hire fucking 3 sets of movers to do it. And that's when I noticed something fishy was awry. And I was like, hey, let me assemble some of the top realtors. So she had told me she was like a top 10 in Austin, one of the best. And I have a problem with that because I don't like people calling themselves the best if you're not the best. I think it diminishes the word, and I think it diminishes the meaning of the word. And if you're the best in your profession, then it's like, all right, great. These things should be easy for you, and they weren't.
Well, usually people who are the best don't have to go around saying it.
Right. But it certainly helps, and it's catchy and flashy and all that stuff. Like for us, like on our podcast, we've gotten to number 2 in the world. We have not beaten Joe Rogan because his catalog is deeper than ours, and he's figured out the YouTube game. We have not yet. We're on the way. We're gaining some subscribers, so we're getting close to having the algorithm overturned. But audio is our bread and butter, and that's where all the numbers come from with the gajillion listeners and all that stuff. If we can get the video to turn, it'll be even better. Now, with that, I assembled the actual like top 5 realtors to come to my house on Sunday night, and I said, what am I missing here? what's going on? And they were like, oh, you just need to drop the fucking price, dude. That's it. And I was like, that's it? Like, what the fuck? And I got this laundry list full of shit and everything else. The reason why I'm bringing up this story today, in Texas, there is this clause for like contingencies and shit like that. Like, it's a protection clause, like against the agent for some reason, as if their job is so fucking valuable. You're like, dude, there's a million realtors in the goddamn town. And you can't, I guess, not buy from anybody that they've shown the house to, whatever, which is fine. I got a list today of 478 people on there. And I was like, nope, nobody's been to my house that much. That turned over the attorneys and all that shit. They started calling and like, dude, out of the first page, like 11 people had never heard of this person. I feel like I got manti-teoed and catfish, and I had to switch realtors, and it's embarrassing to me. Like, I feel embarrassed about it. And that's why I'm sharing it today. I'm tired of hearing it from everyone. And I did. I got on this one. I overthought it. Coming from Hollywood, because a lot of people are moving from California, buying Texas houses these days. And coming from Hollywood, I was like, man, I had the gay mafia on my side in Hollywood. I had all those guys. They were great. Fucking gangsters. They got everything done, and it was the best. And it's real. The gay mafia in Hollywood is real, and they are the fucking best. And they're the best to party with. Dan, you know this. They've got the best drugs on the planet as well. Best parties, best drugs, and they're fucking gangsters, and they run all Hollywood. And I was like, maybe if I line up with that motto, then I can get the California people in here, and it'll be fine. And it wasn't, D'Anthony. It wasn't. And I had to switch it up, but, you know, at home, you can stop asking me about the fucking house. I'll let you know, okay? I will. But in the meantime, I'll come across with my embarrassment and say, I got fucking got, dude. I got manti-teoed.
Well, I don't think...
I never saw the person. You don't meet people anymore. Everything's from fucking Zoom and all that shit.
You're talking about Diller Schwartz.
Yeah.
You're saying you've never met this person.
No, never met her. Okay. And
That's you never met your realtor.
Yeah, because during this period, people are still in Zoom and over the phone and everything else. And yeah.
My guy comes by too much.
Does he really?
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
Have you partied with him? Did you party with your realtor?
Not yet. He's cool, though. He went to Texas State. This guy likes to party.
Yeah.
Hangs out with his wife a little too much, huh?
Yeah.
Does he really?
Yeah. With his own wife?
His name is Rory. He's pretty cool.
Rory?
Yeah.
Are you guys bros now? Are you homies in real life?
That was a joke because that's my child's name.
Okay. Well, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. The guy I had who I bought the house with, I liked, but he was on like an 18-day vacation.
This is 2 days in a row with you.
I'm just dropping shitty jokes.
With like super niche that nobody knows what the fuck you're talking about.
Very literary. Like, did you read something over the weekend?
God damn it. Man.
What was it with you?
I just read like like half of a page of a book, and I feel pretty smart.
Okay.
Well, that's more than LeBron James has ever read.
And it's more than the decision I made on my realtor. Like, I didn't meet the person that I'm a fucking idiot.
I'm looking at their website, Diller Schwartz's website.
Yeah.
And it looks like these are all stock photos.
Okay.
To be honest, so you may be onto something.
Maybe.
Like none of these photos are the same. Like they don't. It's her whole team. It's like 8 people. One of them doesn't have a photo, but none of them are on the same backdrop. But they're all like high quality images.
Okay.
Right. That's very suspect, honestly.
Did I get catfished?
It is possible, yeah.
Did I get manti-teoed?
The only good thing, the only thing I've enjoyed so far about this version of the Austin real estate market, because it did cost me money not selling in the spring, but what I've really enjoyed is seeing all the people who became real estate agents like 3 years ago, who were just like, getting rich is easy. Like
that was what LA was like, by the way.
Yeah, it's
like living in Los Angeles all those years. They were all fucking loaded, and like same thing. When the market dropped, what was it, 08? Because I had a buddy of mine who went to Ohio State who was in real estate, and like he was like, it's great, I'm rich. He bought, if he's listening, I'm sorry, but he bought Marilyn Monroe's house, and we went over there, and like the house wasn't that great. It was a fun story to say that Marilyn Monroe lived there, and we looked it up and verified it. It was one of her houses, but the problem is she lived in like 9 different houses.
Right.
It was like saying, I'm got Johnny Cash's house.
Yeah.
There's a million houses that Johnny Cash had. And with that, when the market exploded, he was out of there and lost all of his shit and everything else. And like everybody thought they were going to live forever there.
Yep.
Now with Austin, it's going to be a while. It's still going to be a while in this market. Everybody's moving here still. All these fucking tech companies and all that shit are moving here still. So I'm sure it's fine. I just needed to get a new realtor. But with the Manti Te'o doc happening right now, it was like, dude, I literally just said the thing that I didn't, and I didn't even meet the fucking person, you know?
I'm looking up. So the one person that doesn't have a picture on this site is named Bradley Houston.
Okay.
Bradley with an E.
Yeah.
And then Houseton. It's a woman.
Oh, okay.
Named Bradley.
Yeah.
I think maybe
none of this is real. Well, look, you're in Homeland Security. You'll be able to verify this after the show, but yeah, no.
Well, each one of them. So let me click into one of their profiles. Yeah, they have a licensing number
All right.
that you can look up. There's a website where you can go look it up.
All right, great.
I don't know. This is really bizarre. I mean, of course,
Look, I know.
more than any of the actual evidence points toward it might be fake. You being involved in it, right? Just falling for some dumb bullshit. Seems pretty likely.
And I fell for some dumb bullshit the other day on the other show. It's up on Spotify.
That wasn't really falling for some dumb bullshit.
It was.
You saw an attractive person.
No, it was very far away.
And
very far away.
You know,
dime size.
I don't know.
Dime size head on that one. But yeah, I got, and when I watched the Manti Te'o doc, now I'm going to be watching it closer. It's on what, Netflix? You guys said? Yeah. I'll breeze through it. I'm still in The Bear right now. I got about 6 episodes left of The Bear, and then I'll breeze through the Manti Te'o doc. But that's what feels like happens. So if you're here, I would avoid the Diller Schwartz of Austin if that's a real person. Who knows?
That sounds like fucking an NPC.
Yeah, we'll find out. You got a fucking weird email too today. Who is that from?
I can't say.
Okay,
but I'll read it.
Yeah, please do.
It's actually somebody's posted it on Instagram now, but let me.
Oh, no shit?
Yeah, let me pull it up.
What, are they going after somebody's guns?
No, so this is an email from, I don't know, actually, I don't know who it's from. I think it's from the command element of 1st Special Forces Group to Special Forces Command back at Bragg.
Okay.
Or from Special Forces Command back at Bragg. And then this is the information that's being put out to the members of 1st SFG. So, beginning next week, inspectors from 1st Special Forces Command, which is back in Bragg, will be in the AO conducting inspections. We've been told their physical security checks will be robust and have been directed to enter rooms that are open to prevent any headaches. Please keep your doors closed at all times. Additionally, the MPs have notified us that there will be an increase in POV, personally owned vehicle inspections for unregistered guns. The MPs have been instructed from I-Corps to specifically target members, our 1st Special Forces Group personnel, as the Army has identified Special Operations members to be involved in more extremist activity.
Okay.
So the Army policy is that the Army Command belief and the policy based on that belief is that members of our special forces are extremists and that they need to be monitored for the weapons that they bring on base.
That's fun.
Since, they can't just go to the arms room and sign out a literal machine gun anytime they feel like it.
Yeah.
We have to check them for sidearms when they're driving through the fucking gate or some shit. Wow. Like maybe they watch the terminal list. They're like, "Oh, we can't let that happen." It's a fucking book, but it tells you kind of like it tells you where the attitude is about these people. It's the same thing I've been saying for a couple of years now. They're trying to gerrymander the fucking ranks of the institutions that protect America. They're trying to build a narrative that all of these people that protect America, police, fucking soldiers, whatever the fuck, masculinity in general, is an existential and unpatriotic threat to the country. Mm-hmm. That's the fucking narrative they're trying to weave here. So, they're getting ready for war. That's what it is. This is what you do. You do propaganda before you fucking attack.
Yeah, it seems really strange. When you told me the story before we went on air today, I was like, hey, are we cool to read it? Who posted it on Instagram? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, Tony Crowder did.
Okay.
I don't know. Hold on, let me look. I'll tell you just so you can go read it for yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Story Time with Zulu.
Okay.
Is the name of the account.
That's wild, man. It feels like we're headed there, dude. We're at the ultimate Karen phase of the country, I think, at this point. Where are we going to go with all of this? And
well, this isn't.
I don't have an answer.
This isn't a Karen stage. If you're a fucking.
Well, the Karen is the army in this situation where it's just like, hey, dude,
Yeah.
why are they doing it? Why did they say, hey, this is fine?
Because they're fucking getting ready to fight. Like if you're looking out across the open space and somebody's building fucking siege weapons and shit, they're getting ready to come attack you. And in modern society, if they're running constant propaganda against you, they're coming to attack you. That's what it is. It's just a matter of who they are and who we are, right?
Well, would the army ever go along with it against citizens?
I mean, 5 years from now, when everybody who refused mandates and who they've identified as extremists, which is what they're trying to do right here, are booted out, maybe, right? I mean, I don't think that every I don't think that every German soldier in World War II was necessarily an anti-Semitic evil person, but you know, you get so far into something and then it's either you comply or you die. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like you go through there are stages of this stuff. In the beginning, it's just like this, right? It's propaganda trying to shape narratives, and when you feel like you've got the opportunity to attack people, then you attack them, and you weed out the non-compliant from your ranks. And you know, when you get to the second and third stages, which is where you start using these people actually against the population, the attitude changes a little bit. It stops being about protecting the country from existential threats and starts becoming about protecting the country from unpatriotic people, which is, you know, that's just code for whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And by the way, that we talked about this yesterday. Not one of these organizations is making their recruitment goals, and that might seem like a failure. I don't think it is. I think it's on purpose. Like they're doing.
No shit.
I think all of this is on purpose.
So why would it be on purpose to not meet your recruitment goals?
Because they're not worried about fighting some fucking overseas war. They're worried about the war here, right? And it's more important to them to strip away all of the free thought and liberty-minded people from these institutions than it is to be ready to fight China.
Okay. That's interesting. Shit's heating up, dude. It just keeps getting weirder and weirder by the day, and it's small things. It's little things where you're just like, all right, am I tripping here? Is this actually going on? Is this going on? Is this going on? And then you see something like today with this Twitter whistleblower guy who comes in and he says, hey, everyone, they know all the fucked up things they're doing behind the scenes and blah, blah, blah. Now, I knew this and I figured this, but you still need somebody to come out and say it. Who is this guy today?
His name is Peter Zotko, but he's been effectively since Agrawal became the CEO. He's been the number 2 security guy. Actually, he's been there for about 2 years now, give or take.
Okay.
I don't know what his actual title is, but just based on what he does, it would be something like a chief information security officer, which means he's in charge of the infosec portion of Twitter, which is all their any internal or front-facing technology they have and how secure it is to attack. So basically what he said is a lot of the same stuff that fucking Elon Musk has said, which is Twitter is fucked, but it's like completely vulnerable to anybody that wants to get into it.
Yeah.
More or less. I mean, but we're talking about states, right? So it's like Iran, fucking China, shit like that.
But more importantly, Musk is going to be able to use this during the trial going forward. And
yeah, they'll never be able to get him to. I mean, this is an elegant fucking backdoor for him to get completely out of the deal without having to pay any money, even the $1 billion that he would have had to pay, because they're clearly lying about everything.
Which will lead me to this: does a guy like this get paid off?
He gets picked off, probably.
You think so?
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if he, if there's some kind of legal situation with him that Elon Musk ends up funding.
Makes sense.
It's happened before, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so this disclosure, which was sent last month to Congress and federal agencies, which we're just finding out about now. paints a picture of a chaotic and reckless environment at a mismanaged company. Isn't that all of them, though? I watched that Uber series on Showtime, and it seemed like the exact same thing. The only difference is these guys are getting popped for data, and I don't think Twitter has up until this point. So I'm not sure how this is going to shake out.
Yeah, Facebook got hammered for
it.
I don't know.
Facebook did, so did Uber, too, remember?
Yeah.
They were tracking where people were going with, what was it, the gray cloud or the gray? Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Gray zone?
Gray skull.
No.
No, that's a castle.
Gray ball.
Gray ball.
Gray ball. No, the report that just came out that TikTok is tracking your keystrokes. So whenever you use the browser inside the app, it will track every stroke that you make and every click of the screen.
Of course it is.
No way.
It's fucking China. What do you think they're doing?
Yeah. It's China, man. It's China. But what's the keystroke have to do with it? What does that mean? Like, is it?
They can track everything you type or delete or start to type or think about typing.
Yeah, like
or
passwords and shit like that.
Oh,
so that's
boy.
just general phishing. So you embed a login for whatever, your bank or whatever the fuck, on your own website.
Yeah.
And then it's basically like a fucking. It used to be. I don't know if it was PHP or Flash or some kind of module that would be hidden in there, but it would look exactly like the Facebook login, and you would put all your shit in, and it logs you into Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
But it also kicks your fucking login information out to somebody else. Pretty.
There's a lot of those going around. I've been getting a bill for PayPal for the Norton virus.
Yeah.
A shit ton of those.
Yeah.
I get like 4 a day now.
But this is the really illegal part of all this, because it's unethical and illegal clearly are not the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Facebook didn't face any criminal penalties; they just got fined and whatever the fuck else. He got fired because he kept writing reports about these security flaws in Twitter's software and handing them to Agrawal, and Agrawal and the other leaders of the company kept telling him to shut the fuck up. And they kept that information from the board. He has time-stamped emails and fucking documents of him saying, hey, this is a fucking problem, and then you never see it. Like, the board knows right now that they're fucked. Like, the board's not fucked. Agrawal is going to get fired probably this week, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this is really bad. Like, you're talking about, even though technically speaking the Twitter board isn't responsible for this because they had their CEO was being a piece of shit, they're still going to get fined by the SEC a lot of money.
Oh, a ton.
A lot of fucking money.
A ton. And it helps Musk.
And to be honest, I don't know how many people are going to stop using the site because of this either. Like, they can't afford subscriber burn. I'm convinced that there's like 250,000 people on that site.
I told you, dude. I think if you really dig into the numbers of total users on Twitter, it is very, very low, and the rest of it is bots. Or it is bots to pump up news articles and all that stuff because they were getting a fee for it. Bob, bring up this Twitter whistleblower on the CNN story. They've got 2 pictures of him, and I don't know if he posed like this on purpose, but it's phenomenal because it appears as if he was ready for this to happen. Yeah, that's one of them right there. This looks like a fucking movie poster for a horror film. It's pretty rad.
He also says
he's known as an ethical hacker.
Yeah,
apparently he's well known.
White hat hacker. He's probably one of the top 5 infosec guys in the world, right?
Okay.
Like, he's if he was if he was running his own agency and you were a company that needed somebody, like a Fortune 500 company that needed info security, he would be the guy you call for sure.
Got it.
That's most of the industry, is just big conventions every year, and then these people kind of find the faults or break in, basically, and then they tell you about it, and then you either hire them or their company or something of that nature.
Okay. Because in this, it also goes on to say that this disclosure was much kinder to Dorsey, who hired him, and who he believes he actually wanted to see the company fixed. So maybe Dorsey wasn't the shitbag that we made him out to be all these years.
It's just really common practice. Like, this is how you hire internet security. Like, I think this is just a fancy way of, like, spinning it, to be honest. A way of, like, relabeling things. This doesn't seem uncommon to me at all.
Everything that this guy did is not uncommon. That's very typical. What's uncommon is for the CEO of a fucking publicly traded company to obfuscate the reports he's getting from his fucking chief security officer from the board. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's fucked. And it wasn't even just that. There's all kinds of other stuff going on here. Like, to be clear, none of this, so far as I can tell, has been verified yet, except for the timestamps on some of the documents that he definitely wrote. I mean, Agrawal's going down. There's no question about that. But he also has accused Twitter executives, including Agrawal, of taking money from unknown Chinese entities and being willing to cooperate with, before the Ukraine invasion, like they were in talks with Russia to censor stuff on Twitter for Russian Twitter.
Yeah.
Right? So
They do that. Well, I guess it's different because that's a fucking like more of a national security threat than, but they do that in other countries. Like they do that in Saudi Arabia, Pakistan. I mean, India probably, I think too. It's pretty standard.
Yep.
Yeah. And shit, doesn't the head of the Saudi government, doesn't he still have like a Twitter account? Even though he's fucking death to America?
No,
Is it
ISIS.
ISIS. Okay, gotcha.
ISIS has a Twitter account with Trump.
So that's fun. I'm sure you could just go and look up anything you wanted to on the back end of that and figure it out. But with all this stuff, I agree with you. I think people know about Twitter. I think people know about Facebook. And they know about TikTok. They just don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like they would rather not lose their time on social media apps than to delete it or try to do anything about it or care about it. And I'm sure this story will die in, 3 days tops?
Well, I mean, Agrawal is going to get fired, so it won't die.
Okay.
But it'll be a couple weeks. Yeah.
All right. And then it'll be out and everybody will be using it again. Nobody will care about security. And Twitter will probably never do anything to shore it up.
I don't think that many people use Twitter in the first place.
I don't either. And I'm with you on that. Now, one thing I know that a lot of people use is student loans. It says here that President Biden, his long-awaited student loan announcement is coming tomorrow, Giorgio. So what are you hoping for? What are you hoping for here? No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
If it's over 20,000, he's my president.
I like the honesty. 20K will do it, huh? You don't have to tell us what the figure is. Is it 100?
How much do I owe?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no. It's,
Okay.
It's like 20 grand.
Oh, all right. That's not
So like,
terrible.
if he wipes out my student debt, then I'm just like, sure.
Sure, yeah. He's your president. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I understand. A lot of people are sitting on, though, a hundo where it's like, I got to give a shout out to my parents. I'm not.
Those people went to a private school for 5.5 years and then tried to go to grad school. Get a.
They also weren't on scholarship
Yeah.
until he wasn't.
You were. That's right. You were on scholarship. So what year did you have to pay then? Your senior year?
Out-of-state tuition, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. It's
Holy shit.
kind of a get you.
All right.
It's a big lump sum, and then I took some loans out to buy stuff at the bookstore because I figured out you could do that.
Why not? APR is small. What was it? 36%?
Yeah, something like that. I really needed those Bose speakers.
Sure did.
Paying for that 10 years later.
Sure did. Still paying for it now.
That's the company store right there. It's the same model.
Yeah, same thing. Let me ask you.
So good.
Let me ask you this.
No. I spent hundreds of dollars on iTunes gift cards because I wanted to download Scrubs.
The TV show?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Georgia.
Imagine how much that cost me.
Man, imagine how much money they were making off that. I remember people used to download TV episodes.
Have you not heard of fucking LimeWire and shit? I mean,
well, no. Back then, no, you're right on the cusp, and it was real hit and miss.
And you really wanted the clean interface of it all.
Yep.
I was.
Because you didn't trust Pirate Bay. You weren't going to get through a full episode or a full movie.
I learned about credit the hard way.
Sure did. We all did. We along the way, at some point, we've all learned about credit the hard way. But Dan, let me ask you this: if he does this, how can they afford it?
well, they just hired 87,000 new IRS agents. That's how. Do you think it's a fucking coincidence that they went in this order?
Oh boy. If that fucking goes down, so let's say there's a guy on Twitter here, Jeff Stein. He's verified for whatever the fuck that's worth. He said he's been looking at $10K in cancellation per borrower under $125,000 a year. So if they make $125,000 a year, he's going to wipe out $10K of that salary. I mean, $10K of your student loans on that. Question is, how many people have that? I'm sure it's a lot, right? Fuck, dude. This is going to get wild, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, it's a much more complicated issue than either side wants to make it. I mean, from the from the left side, they're just crazy. They just want to. They are status. They want to take your money and give it to other people because you don't. You're a fucking deplorable. You know what I mean? You don't deserve that money. You didn't build that. That's literally how these people think. But you do, if you're a conservative, you do yourself a disservice to ignore this problem because you have to think about the ramifications, right? We all agree, I think. Most people, including centrists, agree that the university system has been predatory for a while now, not just in the content, but also in, trapping people in fucking crazy amounts of loans with no capability of paying it back in any reasonable amount of time.
Yeah.
The biggest fucking lie, like the predatory lie they tell, is like it's essentially like they don't even sell it on education. They're like, and this is what the private schools where the loans, undergrad loans, really get racked up is. They'll be like, it's about finding your place, a small community. Like it's about, where are you gonna thrive? Like what the fuck are you? You're just some dog shit liberal arts college, and not like I'm not saying like liberal, but like just some dog shit liberal arts college in the middle of a Midwestern town no one ever wants to go to.
Right.
With 4,000 people.
Yeah. No one should go to that school.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Sure, yeah.
understand.
But I kind of will walk back my statement.
Okay.
I wouldn't necessarily agree with it if I was allowed the NIL deals when I was in college.
Al Giorgio?
I wouldn't be wanting that money back because I would have been slanging myself.
go back.
Whoever would have gave me money.
You can't go back.
Put tattoos on me.
Sure you can. You still got years of eligibility.
I mean,
left.
but
No, I don't.
you were.
Are you out? Are you all 4 years used?
Yeah, and once your clock starts in Division One, like once you first start your year, it just goes end to end.
If you went back today, could you beat those kids on that team?
No, I'm not a shave.
Okay.
Old.
Just wondering,
I just beat dads up at the state games.
Anyways, so most reasonable people agree that in every way you can be, the U.S., especially the public university system, has been extremely predatory, and the government has been extremely complicit in that as well.
I agree.
But now you have, so let's look at like 1960 versus 2022. Granted, there are different times, different shit's going on, but economies work in a pretty specific way regardless of what else is going on. The average 25 to 30-year-old in 1960 has either gone to trade school and is performing a trade, so this doesn't apply to them, or they went to university. They had they may have had some fucking debt from that, but probably not, to be honest. And now when they're 25 to 30, they're rooted into a career at some point, right? Or at some stage of a career. And during that period from 25 to 32 is when they buy their first starter home. So the 125, like in modern day, the 125,000 to like $250,000 homes, give or take, those are all getting sold to those kind of people, right? Well, that's not happening anymore.
No.
So now giant conglomerate companies are building high-rise apartments, and everybody's going to live there. Nobody owns anything, right?
But that is, by the way, another place that people get their loans fucked up in college. Is now like nobody's like like you remember like when we were in school or whatever, you'd hear like, dude, the place I live was such a fucking shithole or whatever. They're building luxury apartments in these fucking downtown areas of all the college towns and charging obscene rent. Like I think in like Columbia, I paid in 2008, I paid like $250 a month at my like pretty decent house.
So from 2004 to like 2018, it was all about like getting kids into your college. And like, they were basically like signing you up as a subscription plan to a school. And it was like, how fancy is your rec center? How good is your sports team? What does your bookstore look like? Let me like walk you through and sign you up so you can spend all of your parents' savings basically in this next 4 years here.
Yeah.
It's just a freaking money trap.
But the rent, the fucking downtown rent that these kids like willingly get themselves into now, I mean, they're paying like $700 a month
Yeah,
for
like $300 to $1,200 in like the 8 years I was in Columbia.
Yeah, it's fucking, that is a real hidden cost that they don't fucking talk about.
It was on the news, actually, the local news last night. They were talking to UT students who were about to come back and start the fall semester here, and that's what they were bitching about. They were like, dude, the rents are through the roof, and we don't know how to pay for this.
Go look at, it's called West Campus here at UT. That's like the sort of student area. It's kind of a combination of where everyone lives, and that's where the fraternity and sorority houses are.
Okay.
It is nothing but luxury apartments now. It used to be a bunch of like
No
old
shit.
rundown houses and shit. Now it's just towering, like really nice new apartments, almost entirely built in the last 7 years.
Yeah, well, it's a difficult problem, right? So we're talking about it from the perspective now of the debt holder, of the debt owner. Like, so you have $100,000 in debt, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of buying your starter home, instead of buying a new car, instead of having expendable income, right? Now you are fucking grinding it out and not contributing anything to the economy at all.
Right.
Like all your money is going to big companies.
Mm-hmm.
Like your local economy is completely fucked of any contribution you may have had. And we're seeing the results of it. Like more and more money gets sucked up to the top because we allow institutions to do this to people. So I do consider people with stupid student, like people are like, oh, you fucking signed a fucking paper for it. Like, all right, cool, man. You know what I also did? I signed up to join the military. Did that mean they had the right to send me off to these bullshit fucking wars and then when we come back, not take care of us? Like, how much is implied in the fucking signature, you cunt?
Yeah.
So ignoring this problem and saying, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, it's your problem, you solve it. That is the fucking stupid fuck attitude that leads to statism, that leads to the fucking federal government having more and more fucking power and corporations having more and more power because your bitch ass doesn't want to do something to fucking solve it, right? But we know that the solution isn't just to cancel all this debt. And if by canceling debt, that means the American taxpayer has to make up for what fucking politicians allowed to happen. That can't be the case. So if it is indeed the case, if this is what he's going to do is fucking spend $1 trillion on student loan debt, then I think we really need to consider some kind of nationwide tax strike. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Like we almost have to at that point.
Well, Bob, look, I think you're in this group of people who was out of school. When did you get your first house, for example?
10 years after I graduated.
10 years. Okay, so what were you, 32?
I was 33, I think.
33 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's probably about right because that's when most of this started happening where it was like, oh, shit. I don't know what your generation is called, but...
We're millennials.
Would you say that you're an
Millennials.
outlier, though, that you hit your earning potential much quicker after college than most people would?
I've had a really wild up and down. It's not been linear in any way whatsoever. Like I didn't go to school for like accounting or whatever, you know what I mean?
That's fair.
I wouldn't,
Sure.
yeah, I wouldn't look at
big
myself.
highs, then big lows.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even then, like, you're in this target demo where it's like, you know, typically back in the day when Dan's talking about, you know, you were looking at houses at like 27, 28, having families younger, all that other stuff. All of this contributes to people having kids later in life, getting houses later in life, all that other stuff, and then not owning anything. So this money is going somewhere, and it's probably to a BlackRock or something like that. It's definitely not going to us, and it certainly doesn't help the economy at all.
The stronger the federal government is, the less power you have over your own life. The stronger that multinational corporations have, the less power you have over your own life.
Yeah.
It's just that fucking simple. That's the point of federalism, is to disperse power back to the people, right? That's the entire point of our country. Literally the entire point of our country. So look, I mean, it is what it is. People can change their mind. This isn't a religion, and the Constitution is not the Bible. You know what I mean? So people, the Constitution's been amended quite a few times.
Yeah.
27 times. It's like, you can change your mind, but I'm not into that, right? Like if your goal, if you want statism, if you want to be asleep and have the government run your life and all that fucking bullshit, that's fine. Move to New York, move to LA, stay the fuck out of Texas. Because if you bring that shit here, we're literally going to have to fight over that at some point.
Or will it just be taken over by California? And I don't know. I don't know at
California,
this point.
taken over by what? A bunch of fucking pussy cowards? Are you fucking serious?
Nah.
Like those people, ultimately, this is why revolutions happen in the first place. Members of an aristocracy think that they're fucking smarter and clever than everybody else. And they think that the power they have is like a physical fucking object somewhere. No, it's just, it's a confluence of circumstance and stupidity and convenience and all this other stuff. But the actual power ultimately lies in one man holding a fucking weapon If you reduce it all the way down to the bottom, that's where it lies. And none of the people that know how to do that are on your side,
Right.
folks. They're not on the side of let's take people's rights away or let's fucking force people under penalty of law or losing their job to fucking inject shit in their body. That's not the people that know how to fight don't believe that. And it's the classic mistake of every fucking civilization that's ever fallen. Every single one of them. Some fucking dumb patrician class thinks they're safe right up until the point they get their fucking head cut off.
Yeah.
The end.
No, man, I agree, and it's getting wild because I mean, if this comes down, I'm just trying to think about it. If it comes down tomorrow, what does this do for midterms? I guess. I mean, who's going? I mean, there's so many people out there with student debts. Everybody's going to be amped about it, right? Except for the people who don't have student debts.
Well, I mean, not if you live. If you're a college graduate, liberal arts graduate, and you live in like New York or LA, you're not qualifying for this. Because the median income there is like 160, and you're probably close to that.
Sure.
To be honest, because that you have like if you make under $105,000 a year in LA County or in LA City right now, that's considered to be below the poverty line.
Right.
For a family.
Yep.
Of 3 or whatever the fuck it is.
Also, these are only federal loans, right? That he's forgiving.
Yeah, it doesn't count any of the bank loans.
And
shit
no
like that.
private loans, anything like that. Yeah.
How many? What do you think the percentage is?
I had way more private loans than I did.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
It's mostly private.
Yeah, it's mostly private.
Yeah, and a lot of people, Ryan just said it in the chat, like allowing people to file bankruptcy to get rid of this debt. Look, ultimately, what I think should happen, let's say Dan Holloway gets elected president and starts tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
The first thing I do is use an executive order to abolish the fucking education department. It's gone. Day one, it's gone. And then I tell every public university in the country and every bank that's FDI insured in the country that these loans are gone and it's on your dime because you're the predator asshole that did it. And if you don't comply, then you're losing all your fucking status. The end. And it's fucking done at that point.
So who owns these federal loans? Like who?
Well, the federal
top of
government
this-
owns that loan, but it's...
Yeah, but when that's forgiven, does that give more to their budgets? Like what happens then, I guess? And that's I guess this is the hardest thing about what this could possibly be is
It'll be
you've got to figure this out.
No, you don't need to figure it out. It'll be an accounting spreadsheet with assets and liabilities, right? And that will be a fucking debit. It'll be a negative red number right there, and they're going to come back over in their fucking asset line and be like, we have to make this up somehow. Maybe we should just hire 90,000 new IRS agents.
And
right?
that's what I'm getting to. Is it going to come back to us? Are we paying this, the taxpayers?
Yes.
So
it is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I just looked this up. Actually, allegedly, according to Forbes, 92% of federal student loans make up the vast majority of American education debt. About 92% of all outstanding student loans is federal debt.
Really?
There we go.
Almost all of it.
Yeah, but dirty little secret is the majority of debt is always just clustered together, and it's bought by banks.
Yeah.
So.
You were a hard money guy. You worked at some of those things. Did you guys ever do this for student loans?
No, they did it for for subprime mortgages and continue to do it today.
Yeah, nothing changed.
That's what the fucking Big Short was.
Yeah.
Like what he's talking is bundling is what it's called.
It's going to happen again.
Oh yeah.
I've heard people wanting the arm loan to come back.
But if it's
It's still there.
If
I got offered it one
back.
time, and I was like,
yeah,
oh
it
yeah,
is
it's back.
If
It's
the impetus is an invaluable or a non-value asset like an education, right? Like you're just paying back a loan, but there's no physical asset backing that loan, like a house, for example. When that crashes, the economy crashes. Not just part of it, the whole fucking thing.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
And don't you think we're headed there next year?
I hope so.
I
I hope so because my skills are so much like better in a Thunderdome situation.
Yeah, I just don't feel ethical paying back that loan, which gave someone's Aunt Karen a job for 10 years working at some administrative duties. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
cool. She had no other skill for society, so she worked for the college, pushing some paper that was only there to push more paper to give someone a job. Like, cool, I'll default on that.
Don't be surprised if the IRS, in the process over the next few years of hiring these 90,000 people, offer student loan forgiveness the same way the military does, right? As a sign-on bonus, because that's why they do it.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Is it really?
Yeah, of course. Why else would they do it? They're not doing it but to be nice.
Yeah, they do that with a.
They're doing it to take advantage of people who are in a fucking dire situation. That's the whole fucking
They just
point.
hate veterans altogether.
Everybody hates veterans, including most veterans, to be honest with. Yeah.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Bob?
I would say they do that with like fucking public defenders and shit too. They'll
Oh,
be
really?
Like, we'll forgive part of your law school debt if you come work for us
That's fun,
for
isn't it?
X amount of years. Yeah.
That's fun. Well, if you're going to watch the world burn, you might as well do it from a ghost bed from ghostbed.com/drinking bros. What do we got? We got new deals here. 50% off. Is that real? Did Rich just send this to me? 50% off?
Yep.
I was just on yesterday and I was like, there was no 50% off everything.
Well-
is it the Ghost Lux mattress?
Yeah, it's new. Hang on, let me find it.
Son of a bitch,
Yeah,
dude.
so the Ghost Lux with the bundle. So
Okay,
instead
I
of
got it.
So you get the normal 40% off deal if you do a bundle, which is a mattress and an adjustable base. If you do it with the Ghost Lux, it's 50% off.
Shit.
Yeah.
So all the bundles, here it is. All the bundles with the Lux mattress are 50% off too. So the adjustable base combo, which is the Ghost Lux mattress and the adjustable base, is also now 50% off. I literally just read it on another show an hour ago that it was 40. I was wrong. They're fucking making deals. God damn it. They know it's a recession out there. GhostBed's trying to save some lives. So the mattress alone, if you just want that by itself, is 50% off now? Fucking shit. How are they making money?
Yeah. Good idea.
Good.
Or good. I honestly think I don't know this for sure. I have to say that because we actually know these people. But it seems like they've got some more stuff coming down the pipe later, and they need to clear some space for it.
Maybe.
But the Ghost Lux is the fucking door. That's the one I sleep on.
That's the one I have.
I fucking love that bed.
I have it too because I got it right
Actually,
before
I've got two of
the
those in my
Matrix
house.
came out.
Yeah.
And dude, I it's so great. I didn't need to. I was like, what am I going to do? How do you get better than this? 50% off everything though.
Well, you're not going to beat that fucking deal.
No, dude, 50% off. Go to ghostbed.com/drinking bros today. 50% off all this shit. That's amazing. Congratulations, Rich. Shit. I like reading things like that, especially when it's fucking hard out here. You know?
Yeah.
Next up is mybookie.com. Let's go. Promo code Drinking Bros doubles your deposits all the way up to $1,000 on that one. Now, this one I'm super amped about because it's week 0, which means we're gambling this weekend. We're going hard, baby.
You know what I'm excited about is Albert Pujols hit 693 last night.
He sure did.
I think, what has he got, 7 home
Sure
runs
the
in his
fuck
last
did.
10 games?
Yep.
He is fucking mashing the ball.
I don't
right
know
now.
if he's like, you know what I mean? And like Major League Baseball is just like agreeing not to
Let's
test him
let
right
it
now.
go, yeah.
Because I think that would be a really smart move by Rob Manfred is just let him take every juice available.
That was
Yes.
the agreement for him to do the home run derby.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe,
right? Yeah.
maybe.
Ever
But
since the Derby, he's been on fire.
Totally worth it, by the way. And even knowing that might be a possibility, it's still fucking super exciting. Like I talked to Frisella yesterday. If he gets close to 700, we're going.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be fun.
I think they have a box there, so we're definitely going.
What are your thoughts? You guys are baseball guys. I think he's clean.
I think so
He's
too.
as clean
yeah.
as anyone else ever was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and also like, here's the thing with that: so many injuries in the second half of his career, and typically people like McGuire and Canseco and Bonds, they took steroids to become fucking animals.
Well, you know,
but-
the people who get popped the most are relief pitchers in the minor leagues, actually.
Really?
That's the most common failed drug test.
and it's more for healing, to heal faster and blah blah blah.
But if you look at his career statistics, so full-time testing began in, 2003 and 4?
Yes.
Right around there.
Yep.
Not a lot of drop-off in Mr. Pujols' stat line in 2003 and 4. As a matter of fact, he was just getting fucking started.
Oh, yeah?
That dude ripped off like 10 straight years of 300, 30 home runs, 100 RBI, 100 walk. You know what I mean?
I'm rooting for it to happen. We chatted about it on a sports show a few weeks ago. I was hoping he would get there, but it didn't look possible. It sure seems like it is
Man,
now.
I think he does it.
It's a foregone conclusion for me that he goes past A-Rod now. He only needs 4 to get there.
Well, that's fine, but 700 is such a big number that that's something you can really hang your hat on and be like, man, I really left it all out there.
He's probably going to get 80 at bats, maybe. I mean, I think they're especially.
his best case scenario is they run away with the division.
Yeah,
and they move him to first in the lineup?
Well, maybe,
They-
but I
they
mean,
might, yeah.
just as many the bigger division lead they have, the more at bats he's going to get.
Yeah, and the Brewers are in a fucking free fall right now. So if they get like 7, 8, 9 games up on the Brewers going into September, I think he plays every game.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, now he's kind of dog shit against righties, but he is
Well, he's improved lately, actually, against right-handers.
okay.
He was hitting at some point. He was hitting like 190. I think he's hitting like 270 now.
Well, you can bet on it all on mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros doubles your deposit up to $1,000. Put $1,000 in, you get $1,000 back. Also, if you put like, I don't know, 50 in, you get $50 back. 100. You know the drill at this point. A lot of people are asking for our locks of the week because that is starting. That under in the Nebraska Northwestern game, I'm looking at my bookie right now.
The
is
Ireland
50.
game.
Yeah, it's in Ireland, which is super strange. I don't even know what the weather's like over there. I did see the stadium though, and it is open, so it's not a dome.
No, it's going to be like super muggy and shit probably.
Okay.
Because it's been hot as fuck in Europe this year.
All right.
Like it's been 36 to 40 degrees Celsius, which is like kind of like Texas.
All right.
And yeah, you could tell everybody's kind of on that same tip too, because I think it opened up. We saw it last week at 52.5, and it's all the way down to 49.5. So if you're going to bet the under, you need to do it now.
Right now, I'm looking at it right now. So
it's probably going to go down to 49
right now. Yeah,
well, it's up to 50 again.
And there's other just weird shit. So like they're playing there, and it's on a soccer pitch. I assume, right?
It is. Yeah,
that slow grass, like
slow grass and a wider. I mean, it's just different, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you get worse footing on the grass too. I think
100%.
Or not worse footing, but like I've seen them play football on grass stadiums before, and like football cleats just tear the shit out of that grass, whereas like soccer cleats do not. There's a lot of weird factors where scoring doesn't work well for
people are
scoring.
gonna fall.
Yeah,
yeah, a lot of people are going to fall. So I'm in on this. This is at 12:30. This is the very first game. It's at 12:30 on Saturday Central. So what is that? 1:30 Eastern. There. This will be a fun one to bet on, and we'll be here all night doing it. Hawaii is the last game of the night. That's for the desperation people. And
well, not the first game of the year. That's just like that's the end of your warm up.
I think it's still
that's like stretching after you do your warm up.
I think if you put Hawaii in week 0 like that, you're asking for it. You're asking.
When's the last time Vandy was such a big favorite?
Never. I can't remember. It's 7.5 right now.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah, I mean in football, Jesus.
No, it's up to 8. Shit. They bumped it up to 8. Vandy's expecting big things there.
Everybody's super excited. This might be the most excited I've ever seen people for college football ever.
Yeah.
So Sagar Nieti posted this on his Instagram earlier. Heading into Labor Day, here are this year's top trending U.S. cities for travelers based on the most nights booked for the long weekend. This is from Airbnb.
Okay.
Number 1, Columbus, Ohio.
All right. Boom, I'll be there.
The only reason anybody is going to fucking Columbus, Ohio is because they're a Notre Dame fan. And, I don't know if it's like self-flagellation to go to that game and watch your team get the fucking
or they
want to
see the crew.
No, they do not want to see the Columbus Crew, the soccer team. I can promise you that. That is definitely for the Ohio State Notre Dame game. College game day is there. Everybody's going to be there for that game.
But the other cities, it's like Raleigh, Tampa, Jacksonville, San Francisco, Reno, St. Petersburg, North Charleston. These are all typical destination sites. Mm-hmm. Nobody fucking goes like, oh, you guys want to go to Columbus for Thanksgiving? Hell no, man. If you've got family there, either rescue them or kill them. Get them out of there.
They're saying it's the new Austin.
They've been promoting it on billboards.
Have they?
Yeah.
That'd be the
we
best.
should do our own Columbus, Ohio. It's the new Austin, and it's just a fucking coffee table book of homeless people bleeding out in the street.
Well, you don't have. I will say this. So Columbus doesn't have homeless there, but it is gray.
Well, we'll start shipping our homeless there.
It's gray about 300 days out of the year. And the weather, the summers, it's hot as fuck. I mean, the humidity's crazy there. Worked all through the summers there for 4 years, obviously. And then the winters are brutal. I mean, absolutely brutal. Spring and fall is about the prime time for Columbus, Ohio. And people go banana dick just because they're able to get out for the first time, maybe put on a pair of shorts and just kind of enjoy themselves.
It'll be interesting to have this conversation 3 years from now, because the weather, like Columbus is still going to suck, but there's a lot of tech popping up there.
There is.
One of the 3 like major microprocessor factories is going to be nearby there. And originally before it became Austin, that was the new Silicon Valley. Columbus is going to be it. It still is. They're going to put data, like they're already building data centers and shit there, like like we have down here in Houston and shit.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same thing. It'll just be like 3 to 5 years from now. But that'll be weird because Austin is hot. There's no question about that.
It's hot as fuck.
But if you can accept that, then you can. It's the live music capital of North America, at least, if not the world. And
I don't buy that.
There's plenty. Well,
I
mean,
do.
It's,
Every band comes here.
it's
like
not that.
Every band.
It's how the way they fucking tally that is how many individual how many individual businesses have live music on a certain amount of time frame.
Yes.
So by that measure, it is. But I guess maybe debatable. But the point is, there's always something to do here in Austin. Like literally every fucking day of the year, there's something cool to do here. And maybe they'll build that infrastructure in Columbus, but Austin, everybody came here and built businesses because there's always something cool to do here.
Well,
then how do you build the something cool to do here part after the fact?
Right,
You know
and
what I mean?
the difference with Columbus is the downtown isn't that great. You have the Short North, which is awesome, and then you have kind of German Village, and then the Arena District. But it's outside of downtown, so you need to stay in one of those areas to enjoy whatever that is within walking distance. But you're right. Like Austin is a massive city. You stay downtown. You can walk to all the cool bars and restaurants. You can do all this stuff. Music-wise, I agree with you. I'm curious to hear your state because Austin gets everyone. Like you said no to that. Name a better city live music-wise.
I mean, I don't necessarily like the music, but I think Nashville probably has more music.
You know, another dark horse I would put on that is New Orleans.
Or Memphis.
There's a goddamn trumpet on every corner. in
Yeah,
New
it's
Orleans.
Yeah, but I don't know how they. I don't know how they really gauge it. I think my understanding is it's gauged by how many individual businesses have concerts X number of nights per week or whatever the fuck, or maybe it's per year. I don't know. But Austin does lead.
They're 100%. And the other part about it, you know, as far as Nashville goes, it's so spread out. So
it's really spread out, and all the music sounds exactly the fucking same.
All the same, yeah, and it's all terrible. We do have some breaking Austin news.
What do we got?
shit.
What do we got here?
The owner of my favorite barbecue restaurant, La Barbecue, has been indicted on charges related to workers' comp insurance fraud.
Yes, dude. Yes. Give him some applause for that.
I'm gonna go to a barbecue today.
Are you really? Support?
He's trying to defraud the government. Of course I am. There's nothing I support more than trying to defraud the government.
Exactly. Yeah, but Austin as a whole, great music, great food, horrific workers, and lazy people. It's nuts.
I mean, you can just say our names. That's fine.
No, you guys are all right. All right.
But this is
You're
where
just
you
okay.
move when you don't have dreams.
Exactly.
When you want to say you moved somewhere cool, but you don't want to hustle, especially because even Chicago, there's a certain amount of hustle to Chicago. That's
Yeah.
what?
Improv.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's none of that here.
It's true. It's true.
No, everyone's lazy creative.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true for sure. I mean, it's like, oh, I'm not really an editor. I'm more of an idea guy. I'm like, what?
I'm sorry. What
You're trying to get hired.
Come
right
again?
now, huh?
Yeah.
I don't think so, buddy.
No, but all of it. You're right. Like realtors, we were talking about earlier. Shit, I haven't been able to get a goddamn plumber to put the fucking sink in here. For Christ's
Austin's
sakes.
where you go when you don't believe in yourself.
You believed in yourself, Giorgio. You did. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was
point.
brought here.
We were all
from
brought
somewhere
here
else.
for the same reason.
No,
for
we brought him
podcasting.
here.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
Now, we did.
Like Georgia would not have been allowed here if not for
But
us.
we asked, and he was like, "Yes, I want to do this."
Of course he did. What, we're gonna
comedy,
stay in Wilmington?
music, all the things. I fucking love Wilmington. It's been hard out here for a pimp.
We'll go back
for
one
me.
day.
I'll be back.
We'll do like a full Wilmington summer season.
I'd love to.
I'm not doing that.
I think you're Texas forever, right?
No.
Where's your final destination?
I will get a place in probably Wyoming, Idaho, Montana area. Probably Wyoming.
Fucking A. So I just brought up Burt Koontz on the other show. Is that your dream? Is to get a cabin and?
Well, no. I mean, that'll be a nice place for the summer, so I can hunt and fish and mind my own fucking business, and do hallucinogens and wandering around in the woods and whatever the fuck. But I've also been looking at property in Sorrento, Italy. Big fan of that area.
Really?
I spent probably 2 months of my life there.
Okay.
Super dope. Right near the Amalfi Coast, right across the water from Capri. There's a bunch of cool shit down there. Good food.
My neighbor was talking about that over the weekend, and he said it's unbelievable. And showed me all the pictures, architecture, food. He couldn't say a nice.
Yeah. So I've been looking at real estate there. I can get like to be honest, get a villa that's like 5 to 6 bedrooms for probably something like $1.5 million.
No shit.
Yeah.
Look at that, dude. Does it have an ocean view there?
So it's all built kind of on an incline when you come off the Amalfi Coast. So if it's like there's stuff in town where you can't see the coast, but if you're in a villa, usually they're just put on top of something.
What's their government like? Have you looked into that? And is that part of your future?
What, government?
Yeah. Thinking about what the government is
and
and can do.
Well, the most important thing is, will I be able to easily get weapons there? Or maybe not necessarily easily, but will I be able to get weapons there in case shit goes sideways and I got to fight my way out?
And how's Italy in regards to that?
It's not bad.
I've never been there.
Gun-wise, it's not bad.
Okay.
I mean, compared to every other European country, it's not bad. Most European countries are fucked. That's the only place in Europe I would move.
I think Delco's going to probably, Clearwater Beach?
Oh, shit. Leon Lush is in the chat.
Is he?
I was just saying yesterday,
Oh,
we need to
shit.
get Leon back on the fucking show.
Come back on the show,
Yeah,
dude.
did I not say that to you yesterday?
Literally 12 hours ago, he was talking about you. Come back on the show, Leon Lush.
So goddamn funny.
We love you. You're fucking hilarious, dude. That'd be great to have you back on the show. Yeah, I see Delco. You're going to be down in Clearwater.
I need an ocean view for sure. Say what you will about the politics, but California is the most beautiful state in the country.
For sure, no question about that.
Nobody will ever doubt that, by the way. And look, we all loved California for how beautiful it was. It's got the perfect weather. They have fucking entertainment. It's all the things are there, but the politics fucking suck, and they've run the goddamn state into the ground.
I just don't factor that in.
Well, there may not be anybody. By the time you're ready to move back out there may not be anybody left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It could be like...
a great reset out there.
Well, I was thinking like, what's the zombie show?
Walking Dead.
Yeah, The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
It's just like, at some point, if you create rules that nobody can follow, you only have people left who refuse to follow any rules. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like you have a ruling class, and then you have people who refuse to follow the rules. What's that look like?
But I would say
It's
San
just
Diego.
fucking chaos.
San Diego's probably a happy medium there.
San Diego's great. Big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan. Beautiful out there.
I don't know. Northern California is so pretty, though. It would be hard to, like... I really enjoy
Sacramento?
living up there. No, not Sacramento.
No.
Definitely not Sacramento.
Sacktown is off that list.
Yeah.
San Diego. Look, fucking San Francisco's crazy as it sounds, man. It used to be beautiful back
was
in the
awesome.
day. It was amazing.
I used to.
you lived there. You know.
I worked it. I took the BART over from Oakland to San Francisco every day, and
It was a beautiful, fun city, and it
Still
just
is.
got ruined. No,
is.
it's not.
Am I the only one riding for Puerto Rico? You get all the U.S. luxuries.
maybe. I mean, I don't know what their gun laws are like.
The water
You
glows.
they have no laws there. You just have the gun.
But you have to
Who's
be.
going to do anything or say anything?
You have to be able to
everyone-
get it there in the first place. That's the problem. And I don't know how many fucking kitted up AR-15s they have down in Puerto Rico.
I can get a couple down for you. I'll put in a shipping container.
Well, just that. Yeah, sure, that's fine. But you know, there's no hurricane threat on the Amalfi Coast, right? Because it's not in a Caribbean climate. So
That's true. I just feel like your money goes. not as far.
sure, but that's not really what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking more about not getting murdered by the weather,
Fair.
right?
Very
I feel
fair.
like that. There's you should pace.
There's a ton of hurricanes there.
Yeah, like every time
That
and
wipe
it's-
out the island.
and their infrastructure sucks, right? So
Energy's expensive.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a tough one. Like I'd lean more Bahamas probably on that sitch.
And there's also a lot of corruption in Italy, so I could see myself in like government corruption. I could see myself in my later years getting involved in organized crime. You know what I mean?
that'd
Oh, you'd
fun.
be so good at that.
You'd
For
be
sure,
great at it.
I'm going to get so fucking bored at some point, right?
Yeah.
That I'm going to like, all right, I'm just going to start committing crimes. I may as well have some organization to it.
Well, you can't do anything. Like, you need structure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suits? Are you going suits for the organized family or no?
No, I think it's more of like a fucking, AG jeans and Golden Goose shoes. You know what I mean? You want to be a little more with the times, I suppose.
Okay.
I don't trust people that wear suits all the time.
No, me neither.
Like
What
a
about
suit,
tracksuits?
a suit is basically like a mask. Like you're trying to hide how big of a piece of shit you are with this shiny little fucking wrapper. I know you're a piece of shit guy.
yeah. With as far as tracksuits are concerned,
Yeah, tracksuits maybe.
that's when you've reached a level of rich that you don't care, or you're at a level of poverty where you don't care.
You just want comfort.
Yes, and it's a weird fucking pendulum swing for that because there's no middle ground for that. There's no middle class guy who's wearing a tracksuit out in real
Jared.
life in public. He's not middle class.
Not anymore, yeah. But he was doing it when he was middle class. He just grew into it, I guess.
I think with Jared, he just went from lower class to upper class. I don't know. I think
immediately,
he
yeah,
skipped
that
the
was,
middle. I think he skipped the middle altogether.
Basically, like, I mean, there's a lot of hard work and talent involved, so I don't mean it to sound that way. But
No, not at all.
He's
Yeah.
more like a lottery winner that went from trash to class. Like,
And he's brilliant. Shit, he put Drinkin' Bros together. He put fucking Black Rifle.
well,
Coffee together.
what I'm saying is the social pathway for him has been very much like somebody who won the lottery.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
I didn't want that to be a perception. That
He made a
didn't do the
movie
work
for Christ.
it.
He made
Yeah.
Range 15. Like he did that.
Yeah.
He put all these weird people together. He did it. Jared Taylor fucking did it. By the way, as far as California is concerned, there is a breaking story that Gavin Newsom vetoed that heroin shoot-up site. So maybe they're trying to change their politics, or maybe he's trying to win some last-second voters. Is he up again this year? I know he had the recall earlier, but then do you have to go run again, or is he in
I
another
don't know.
year?
When's Newsom up for re-election?
When's Gavin Newsom back up for it?
Okay, let me see real quick. The recall doesn't matter. Recall can happen at any time, pretty much.
He's running for president, isn't he?
Yeah, 2024, but he's still got a couple years for that.
Yeah, but maybe he's coming closer to the middle.
He
Might be a little late for that.
he is up for election this year
Okay.
because he won the 2018 election.
All right. Yeah, people were not stoked about.
Are you sure California doesn't have 6-year? Some states have 6-year gubernatorial terms.
Okay.
I'm not. I don't know that
Yeah,
if
let
they
me
do or
check.
not. I'm just curious. I want to be sure.
But he did veto that today, and people were like, "Huh? I thought we were all cool to do heroin at designated sites. Are we not anymore?" So the answer is no there, and that's a shocking one
Yeah,
for me.
well, that's
It is
unfortunate.
4 years.
Yep.
And they do have term limits.
Yeah, he's it's they have consecutive term limits, I believe. I think it's weird because Moonbeam, Jerry Brown, was governor 2 separate times.
Yeah, he was.
Like once in the 70s and once like right before Newsom.
Yeah,
actually.
the 2000s.
Like Newsom was his fucking lieutenant governor.
Yeah.
Because I remember my friend's mom was around when Jerry Brown was first in office, and she was fucking stoked that he was running again. I was like, man, how old are you? Like fucking 70? She was like,
He was
I
a
am 7
fucking
years old.
billion years old, and he fucked up everything he did. Like, so his big infrastructure project was bridge repair. Rebuilt the Bay Bridge, the bridge between Oakland and San Francisco, and started off the project by buying a fuckload of Chinese steel, and the rivets and shit started popping in half, like breaking in half. So they had to go back and buy all new steel. I don't know how much it ended up costing the taxpayers, but it was a lot.
Yeah, it was.
This is why you don't let a fucking 70-year-old hippie run your fucking the largest state in the country. Why would you do that?
You know, the other thing that he spent money on that got him fucking ousted was he wanted to build this like super train from, I think it was San Francisco to LA.
Yep.
And it was a colossal waste of money. And everybody was like, we don't need this. We actually don't want this here. Because it was going to go through like, again, for how beautiful California is, it was going to go through all the shit.
That
and they were like,
Fresno
hey,
and
dude,
shit, yeah.
we don't want to fucking do this. And then they ended up nuking it at the last second. And then I think it was Elon Musk who's trying to do the underground tunnels in California. And they,
well, he's going to do one here.
I was going to say they nixed it. They didn't give him the funding for it. But did it go through? The funding go through in Austin?
I don't know if it's gone through or not, or not. I don't know, but I know that I've heard a plan that's San Antonio to Dallas, right? That connects through Austin. And I would be surprised if he didn't include Houston in that some way, right? Make a triangle out of the three.
Yeah.
Because they're, that would, if that happens, now anything inside of that triangle is basically like one metro area, and that would be the largest metro area in the country. Not by size, not by people.
Right.
But that would, eventually probably by people, right?
Yeah. I wonder if they'll ever get to that. And the reason I ask is, especially after COVID and everybody working from home, what are a lot of people traveling for anymore?
Well, yeah, they're not traveling because of the ass ache that traveling is. But
Right.
if it's like you jump on a fucking train and an hour later you're in Houston, that's not that bad.
No, fuck no. That'd be great.
You know what I mean? So it from here to, I think with the supersonic rail, from here to Dallas would be like 40 minutes or something like that.
I'd be down for that for
Yeah,
sure, because that
40,
flight
45
sucks.
Because then also like
That's how long the goddamn flight is if you account for taking off and landing.
Well, yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
I look at parking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's
baggage, all
way
that
easier
shit.
just to drive, like, walk
100%.
up to this fucking thing without dealing with anybody's bullshit.
Yes, 100%. It'd be fucking easy. What were you saying, Bob?
Oh, it'd just be great for like, then if we're connected to cities like that, then the Astros are 40 minutes away
Yeah.
and my fucking in-laws are
I don't care about your in-laws.
40
so
minutes
much,
away.
Bob,
My child care for me. This is all about me.
David Wagner also says that human trafficking is big in Houston, so that would help with human trafficking.
It's
as well.
huge. I keep fucking hearing that all the time.
I mean, you would get a better variety of prostitute on these websites we've been checking out lately.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
I'm in from Houston,
Which
for the
is
day.
good for me.
Like if she's got a fucking what is it called, in call, where you come to her, but then out call is like where she comes to you. Is that right?
Yeah.
So the out call time is like what, an hour and a half, and she's in Houston. Now you're dealing with like 300% more talent if you add San Antonio, Houston, and Dallas. Actually, a little bit more than that, more like 400% more talent.
Do you pay the ticket then? So when you order the prostitute from Houston, do you say, look, I'll buy you the monorail
Yeah.
ticket?
I'm working on a website right now that just bundles it all together, and you just pay one flat fee.
That's what you want.
Yeah, it's
because
called-
there's so many hidden fees with a prostitute.
It's called FuckPal.
Okay.
So it's like PayPal. It's called FuckPal. It arranges transportation and then dick insurance, and comprehensive butt insurance, which you also need. I
You
think.
definitely need that. You definitely
Does a
need
portion of this go to the toot in order for screenings, STD screenings and such?
Yeah, for
think
sure.
so.
And a portion of it goes to the cartels for cocaine.
Right.
that. Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah,
going to make a deal with the cartels. Like, hey, you put one fucking thread of fentanyl in any of my shit, and you're done forever. I'll start buying some other drug from somebody else. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's how you use industry to make your community better.
Now, can we get some sort of fuck pal certification for lubes and toys, like a brand?
Well, you're talking about vertical integration right now. Yeah, of course. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Right?
He's not dumb.
Vance Barrett wants to know if a bro box will be included in that. The answer is yes.
Yeah, well, it sure will.
Complimentary bro box for anybody that signs up.
Speaking of the fentanyl,
pal.
they did a march, and they're going to present something to Biden in regards to fentanyl.
Somebody from fucking Kane's school this week
Yeah.
already. We're in the first week of school, and it's one of the biggest schools in the area, so there's a lot of kids there, but like already somebody's overdosed on fentanyl
No
this
shit.
week.
Jesus
Already.
Christ. That one's scary, man, because you just can't see it coming,
Yeah.
And you're taking something, and you're like, who gives a shit? And I watched it on the news last night with all these parents, and obviously I'm a parent, so are you now. And you're like, fuck, dude. Just one pill. That would be it.
I think the DEA is putting fentanyl in cocaine because they can't they're incompetent and can't do their job, and they've been getting embarrassed for 40 years. And now just like, hey, people, if we murder a bunch of people, they'll stop doing it. I honestly think that the U.S. government's involved.
I
in
thought of that the other
There's
day. I don't want to say that on air.
There's no fucking way the cartels are intentionally murdering people. who
You're killing
use
off your clients.
Like that's fucking nobody does that.
No.
Nobody does. You see, like I understand that it's a fucking television show, but The Wire was really good at this. A crackhead comes up and fucking steals from you. You don't kill him. You beat the shit out of him.
Right.
Right. He's got to pay a price for that. You keep other people from trying to steal from you, and then he probably comes back in a couple of years and steals from you again. Right. But hey, you've made a couple $1,000 off him at that
Sure.
point. People don't just you don't just fucking murder your clientele. It doesn't make any sense for them to do that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Giorgio, do you have a theory behind it? You and I were chatting about this one day after work. Where do you think the fentanyl is coming from? What's the reason for it? Because if you're cutting it with something, like Dan said, you're going to fucking die. So what's the point? What's the point of it?
Yeah, accidental batching. I think a lot of it's through that. Pressed pills not getting the dilution or mixture correct.
Yeah.
I think there's quite a bit of that. Especially when you're fake Xanax. So any kind of downer or like fake opiates as well. It'll simulate the effect of that, but for way cheaper and way less. Like fentanyl's been used medically in the U.S. for like 60 years now, something
80.
like that. Like patches as well. Like my uncle was prescribed them for a little while after he was electrocuted. And so it's just a super potent.
I'm sorry. Like they tried to execute him, electrocuted, or what the fuck are you talking about?
It was at a prison though. No, he's the electrician at a prison. And someone had cross-wired and not labeled it as hot, and then he was dead for 20 minutes. Not the first time he had died though.
What?
Really weird uncle, man.
Yes, it's a weird life, Giorgio. What? How did he die the other time? I'm like
wrecking
what the fuck?
into a redwood. He used to have a cocaine problem in the I guess like 60s or 70s, and he was driving up the California coast and like wrecked into a tree, and they found him dead there. Apparently, because he was like so high and passed out that his body went limp, and it didn't break the bones, but he was dead for a little while.
How long?
I don't know, like another like minutes.
Shit.
Until they found it, until like rescue got there and found him.
Is this guy still alive now?
Yeah, living in Squim, Washington.
Squim?
Yeah,
SQUIM?
yeah, about a little ferry ride away from Seattle.
And Squim.
Yeah.
Yeah, just out living the life in Squim. Never heard of that city.
They were in Porterville, California, where he ran a welding shop for a while. You know,
Okay.
piddles in the garage, welds things. You know, used to ride his motorcycle. Doesn't do that anymore.
No. You can't swim.
Reads a lot of his Bible now.
Who doesn't? How old is this guy?
Fuck, Uncle Jim's probably late 70s.
All right.
Well,
He made it. Look, you almost died twice. You live in Squim. You made it.
I think he was in Vietnam, and he talked about seeing his buddy right beside him get a third eye because he was smoking.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And they said they would see it, and they did.
that's the pineal gland, by the way. The third
Pineal?
eye. Yeah.
Is it?
Michael Lane in the chat says it's not like the U.S. government hasn't done that before. They used to poison whiskey during Prohibition. That's absolutely true.
Is it really?
Yep.
Fun, man.
Yep.
Everything we're doing these days is great. I think we're going to make it. I think everybody's fucking lazy and, son of a bitch. Here we are. If I can give a fucking anti-drinking bro of the week, it'd be fucking Diller Schwartz, for Christ's sakes. But actually, I want to give this to Delco. Delco, I jokingly was talking about you and your father. Would you like to give him the drinking bro of the week this week? I know you got to visit him, take him to a golf tournament and all that stuff.
Wait, did he pay? Did your dad pay? Because otherwise...
No, you should pay for your dad at this
No.
age. Yes.
Pay.
Yeah,
No.
You should. That's good. That's good. You should pay for your dad at this age. Good.
I wouldn't... the only thing I would pay for my dad is to have his legs torn off of his body.
Well, you guys weren't close. You're close with your dad. I'm close with mine. Give him a shout out. Go ahead.
Yeah, shouts to Dan the Waterman.
Oh, he's a Dan too?
Wait, so you're a...
Are you a second? Are you a junior?
Not a junior. So I was supposed to be named IJ, Ian James, but my mom passed out, and my dad was like, "Fuck, we're not naming the kid IJ."
Yeah, that would have been weird.
So he named me after him, but my middle name is my mom's maiden name, just to kind of like win favor with.
What
her.
is your middle name?
Murphy?
Murphy. Okay, gotcha. All right, cheers. Did you guys have fun this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than the winner.
Well, besides that, but like, dude, is it one of those courses where you can drink, people are getting fucked up and everything?
Yeah, he can't really drink though because of the lung transplant. But
Ah, shit. But
I had
you
a
were.
driver. Yeah, I had a driver.
Did you make your dad drive you home? That's
Yeah.
great.
So that's what this was all about.
It sure was.
You just wanted to go to a golf tournament where you had a fucking...
DD.
DD.
A very elaborate way to get a designated driver. You went all the way to, was it Delaware?
Wilmington, Delaware. It's about, with traffic and everything, 35 minutes from Delco.
All right, that's not bad at all.
No.
So what, did you just stay at your own house?
Yeah.
How's your room look? Still high school shit and everything?
No, I don't have a room anymore.
What did
yeah.
they turn your room into?
It's like a utility room or something.
Oh, man.
There's just a bunch of shit in it.
That's disappointing, isn't it? You
Yeah.
come home, you want to lay in your old bed from high school, and they're like, sorry, son, we threw that out in the street. Instead, got a bunch of water coolers in
They
here.
didn't even have any need for it. They were just like, nah, we got some space now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a twin bed. I don't really care.
Well,
You lived in a twin bed through high school?
What
Yeah,
kind
I
of
had a twin bed all the way till I was 18.
What kind of posters on the wall?
yeah, you still have any posters left?
It ripped them all down.
No, what kind?
Your
did
parents
you,
did?
What kind did you have on there? Is what I'm
Did
asking.
you have buns and roses?
I just had a bunch of like athlete stuff, like Allen Iverson.
I bet you had a PT Cruiser.
I did not.
A what?
No, I had a. I had
Poster of a PT Cruiser?
a Ford Taurus.
A poster of a Ford Taurus? That would have been awesome.
No, he's drove a Ford Taurus. No one has a fucking poster of a
That
Ford
would be
Taurus.
awesome, dude, where it's just the ultimate, like, man.
I don't think
it's right
that-
above your bed. You put it right on the
No.
ceiling so you can
One
dream
day.
about it. It's a
Not,
vision board.
not one human being on earth has a Ford Taurus poster hanging
The
in
most
their home.
Delco
They don't make it.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted. Somebody out there will be able to find us a Ford Taurus poster and send it in.
They'll just make one.
What do you
It's-
know?
It's easy to do that.
I
now.
bet you they're for sale. Bob, look up a Ford Taurus poster real quick. What do we got there?
I already got it.
Oh, you already got it. What do you got? How much is it?
That's like a fucking 89.
That's nice, dude. Holy shit.
That's great.
That's like an 89 or 90.
It's imaginative engineering.
Good Lord.
I had a Ford Tempo, so it was close. It was close to that. It looked very similar to that. How much is the poster, Bob?
You can get it on Etsy for $16.
That's not real.
Perfect.
That's
no,
not,
it's real.
That's just a fucking a magazine. Go back to that picture and put it up. I'm going to tell you what this is. This is a fucking magazine ad that somebody clipped the art for and put it on Etsy. And if you buy it, then they will print it. But this is not a poster that exists.
Okay, all right. Let's see if I can find one.
Why is it
why
Jennifer
is there-
Aniston naked up there?
Yeah, why is Jennifer Aniston naked up there? Is she a Taurus?
Maybe
It
she
might
is,
be a zodiac sign.
I mean, Rihanna's the first one. It goes Rihanna, then Ford Taurus.
These are the women you can get if you buy a Ford Taurus.
Sure is.
So this is a poster
Aim
from
high.
a dealership.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's like an
That
advertisement.
doesn't count. That's
Wait,
yeah,
let's pop it up.
No one would fucking put this on
that's
the wall in
marketing
their home.
material, not like
That's
a.
nice.
You would not get this at a Scholastic Book Fair.
Is that a fucking
Right.
ruler under it? What is that?
Beautiful
It's a
car.
yardstick, I believe.
Oh, boy.
They want you to know. Yeah, they want you to know how high it is off the ground. That's a nice thing right there. Look at that. That's a Taurus GL. What does the GL stand for?
Grand
Good
Luxury.
looking? Is it Grand Luxury?
I think so.
The opposite of luxury is a Ford Taurus. I mean, just the opposite of it. Even then, it didn't look cool.
The
right?
bench seat.
It never looked cool at any point where you were like, "Fuck yeah, dude!
No.
You got to get me a Taurus."
Well, Taurus made the SHO, right? It was like a fucking essentially. I think they had the Interceptor, the police Interceptor chip in it, like the commercially available one,
oh, really?
and it was fast as fuck. But it
Oh,
still
that's
looked
right.
like it
That's
still
right.
looked like that.
You're right.
It was like a fucking smaller fucking Crown Vic, basically.
Yeah.
Like why?
Yeah.
Why, man, that's not cool.
A lot of people ask us if we're getting that Crown Vic. What was the name of it? The dog? The Crown Vic on the huge wheels and shit. The huge old
Oh, the
bicycle.
donk?
That's it, the donk.
Yeah, there's a different. Apparently, there's some other style of stupid ass car like this in Houston that's popular there. I can't remember. Somebody told me, but I can't remember what it was called.
Well, remember in North Carolina, they had the Carolina Squat. That was the thing where the back wheels were down and then the front wheels were up.
Yeah.
And they just made that illegal there, thank God, because it was horrific to
Do you
look
remember
at.
Whistle Tips?
No.
Oh man, it was a big thing in
Do I
Oakland.
remember Whistle Tips?
the fuck
My
is
older
It's one of
Tips?
the. It's one of the most like one of the very first viral internet videos.
Whistle Tips?
Yeah,
Yeah, Bub Rub.
Bub Rub. Yeah,
I don't know
look it up.
I don't know it.
Let's find it. We're going fucking full nostalgia.
Yeah,
today.
why not?
Whistle Tips and the Leprechaun Sketch Artist.
Yeah, those are the like two of the very first, and then Unforgivable and all that stuff.
Waffle Frost
Yeah.
for free.
Who owns the rights to Whistle Tips? Are we allowed to use it?
This
Ah.
is a news report.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, great.
It should honestly, at this point, be like internet free domain.
Oh, yeah,
It has to be. Go ahead and play it. Let's see it. Let's go
The
full screen with it.
rage for kids is driving parents and entire neighborhoods crazy. It's called a whistle tip, and it's welded inside a car's muffler to make the car screechingly loud for nearly a mile. Well, tomorrow night, Oakland residents will be complaining officially to City Hall officials. Crown 4's Mark Jones has the story live in Oakland this evening. Mark.
Well, Pam, city residents have been told this noise is perfectly legal, so tomorrow they hope to start the process to change the law. Nearly every muffler shop in Oakland is installing Whistler Tips. It's a piece of metal welded inside the exhaust pipes
Oh,
that
wow.
makes the car audible for almost a mile.
Oh, that's a horrific
Turning on the
noise.
whistle.
Jesus.
Whistles go woo. Anybody that has it in their neighborhood is going to be totally driven crazy.
It sounds like what?
When you want to woo woo, it's that woo woo. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the flows. They didn't trip out the flow masters.
That
And
decoration, man. It's just for
Yeah.
decoration.
That's
That's it.
it.
And that's all, man. We do it for decoration.
You have it on your car?
Yeah, I got it on my car.
It was being installed on their car. Roxanne Brunn says the high-pitched tone, like the squeal of a BART train that doesn't stop, is keeping her awake at night. Police have told her it is legal.
They think it's a fad. It's going to go away. It's not going away.
And it's driving you nuts.
It's driving me
That woman
nuts.
wants
I
to
work
say
at
the
home.
N-word so bad she can
I
fucking
can't
taste it.
concentrate
right
when
there.
It goes
She's
on for,
right on the
for,
cusp of it.
hours.
Some neighbors are saying way too loud.
that's only in the morning. He supposed to be up cooking breakfast or something by then. So that's like an alarm clock. Woo woo.
Bub Rub and Little Sis were proud to
Bub
show it
Rub and Little Sis.
Some Oakland residents.
Whoa! We almost hit a fucking car.
Tuesday night at the city council meeting.
And he ran a stop sign.
Marcelo Cabrera says he will keep installing them. Would you want it in your neighborhood?
No, I won't. But that's what they want. And, my business is sell the pipes, so I have to sell whatever they want. And whatever people want, I'll sell it.
At AC
My God, dude. How did I go most of my adult life without knowing what this is?
I don't know. That's one of the most. Have you seen the Leprechaun sketch?
No.
Oh my God, dude.
What's the Leprechaun sketch?
Where the
Just
fuck have you been?
Find and play it.
Man, I write a lot. I'm not a big fucking internet
We
guy.
got to do a new show called Ross Reacts where he show him things from the internet.
Because I've
from
never
10 years
seen it,
ago?
and that's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life, dude. I don't think you understand though. Like I was so disciplined.
Just wait.
All right.
Wait.
Why is this worse?
This is way worse.
All right.
Or better.
Well, just in time for St. Patrick's Day, crowds are coming by the dozens to get an up-close view at what some say is a piece of Irish folklore.
Some people in the Crichton area of Mobile say a leprechaun is taking up residence in their neighborhood. A leprechaun. NBC 15's Brian Johnson has more.
Curiosity leads to large crowds in Mobile's Crichton community, many of you bringing binoculars, camcorders, even camera phones to take pictures.
To me, it look like a leprechaun to me. All I gotta do is look up in the tree. Who else seen the leprechaun say yeah?
Eyewitnesses say the leprechaun only comes out at night. If you shine a light in its direction, it suddenly disappears. This sketch resembles what many of you say the leprechaun looks
Is this
like.
real?
Yeah.
Others find it hard to believe and have come up with their own
Holy
theories and
shit.
explanations for the image.
My theory is it's casting a shadow from the other limb.
Could be a crackhead that got hold to the wrong stuff. And it told him to get up in a tree and play a leprechaun.
We're going to get down to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
We're still on there, guy. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, man.
This guy's wearing
This
body
guy,
armor.
hoping to direct traffic, says he's prepared for his encounter with the leprechaun. He's suited
Why
up
is he
from
wearing a
head
plate
to toe.
carrier?
Why not?
This wars off smells right here. This is a special leprechaun flute, which has been passed down from thousands of years ago from my great-great-grandfather who was Irish. I just came to help out.
Others just came to get lucky in hopes a pot of gold may be buried under this tree.
I'm gonna run a backhoe and uproot that tree. I want to know where the gold at. I want the gold. Give me the gold. I want the gold.
This is
No
Brian
way.
Johnson, NBC 15 News.
People will do
Oh boy, this isn't part of a bit, dude. What are we doing anymore?
This is like 20 years ago.
Is it really?
In Mobile, Alabama.
Oh my God.
Which is, I think, a major city, right?
The sketch of the leprechaun is the greatest thing I've ever seen because it looks like a child drew
Yeah.
it, like a third
Yeah.
grader drew it. It was like, well, that's a leprechaun.
It looks like that fresco that got retouched. Remember that? It was bad. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
I've seen that.
Like they hired what they thought was a professional to
Yep.
retouch this image, and it did not go well. It like Jesus basically looks like a fucking Mongo now. Yeah, can you put that picture up there?
Oh man, taking all of this into consideration, like no wonder we're fucked now. If that was 20 years ago, we're fucked now.
Yeah, there's the hide your kids, hide your wife guy. You've seen that one.
Yeah, that one I've seen.
Yeah.
That one I've seen.
These are the.
Yeah, we're fucked as a society.
I don't know
There's
how.
no- oh no! Don't show that.
No.
Fucking
Oh.
it. Bob. Damn it, Bob.
He'd never seen
Shit.
Lemon Party either.
It's.
God
It's-
damn,
it's-
Bob. I
it's-
didn't need that image in my mind.
It's three
I didn't know we
old-
were going there today.
It's three old men.
Fuck.
Two of them are making out, and the third one is sucking one of their dicks.
Damn it,
He had
man.
never seen
Fuck.
Meat Spin, Lemon Party,
Oh.
Leprechaun. He had like, where did you? Are you Amish and you just didn't tell anyone?
Hey, wait,
No,
one of these
dude.
dudes is
Fuck.
Japanese.
Yeah.
The guy on top of is
This people,
Japanese.
people don't realize this. This was actually at a Pearl Harbor reunion.
Man, he's sucking that dude's dick, and the other one's making out with him.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Oh,
Well, look, it's important to know which part of the chain you're in. You know
I
what
didn't
mean?
need to see it today.
Well.
I didn't eat either, and I don't have enough down for enough to come up.
Probably
I'm in that
better
in between
that you didn't eat
space right now.
By the way,
Shit.
guy-
what's that called? Does that have a magic name too that I don't know about?
This?
Yeah.
Lemon Party.
Lemon Party.
Oh,
yeah.
that's Lemon Party. These
Yeah,
old
this
guys.
is Lemon Party.
Is there a video that accompanies that as well?
And I think it's just his photo.
Thank God, because I didn't need to see the fucking video
Well,
too on top of it.
Everybody, so you know, there's kind of an inside joke with the audience now about the Pete Rose jersey.
Sure. Sure, of the reflection.
So, 1,000 people just saw old dudes sucking each other's dicks.
We've been showing a lot of stuff full screen this last week.
Oh, boy. I was very disciplined in writing. I didn't spend much time on the internet. I don't play video games. I didn't spend much time on the internet.
This is how I always take a break when writing.
Is it better or worse, though? Like, did I need to see this all these years? Probably not.
Yeah, you did.
Now.
It's part of culture.
Yeah, you want to be part of society.
We all had to. You know what I mean? It's like.
But that's the difference is you're saying had to. Of like, man, we were forced to see this. I didn't, and now I saw it.
But this is exactly how we were showing it. Like, a group of our friends lured us into a room and said, look at this screen. And you go, oh, I can't look away now.
And this, by the way, knowing what this is led to arguably the best joke in 30 Rock history.
Which was?
Her dad's name is Dick Lemon. And he was like paying for the tab at dinner. And he's like, it's not a lemon party without old Dick.
Oh, wow. All right.
It's brilliant.
Are you familiar with Blue Waffle?
Blue Waffle? I don't know what that is. What's Blue Waffle?
This might break it. You might quit after this. Honestly, this is the
Is
worst.
it a video or
this
an
is,
image?
You know what Goatsy is, right? The one where the dude's been over spreading his own asshole apart?
Yes.
This is worse than that.
No.
It's quite a bit worse, actually.
Fuck, is it a video?
No. Just it's an image.
Again, man, it's getting close. Like I'm here, and it might move up here, and then I might puke all over.
I mean,
the
honestly,
microphone.
you definitely probably don't make this one full screen because that reflection's
How bad is it?
It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Maybe no, Bobby. We're probably good. I don't.
No,
need to
well,
see it.
it's too late for that now. So just sit there and shut the fuck up. There it is.
Oh Christ. Okay, what is this?
So the blue waffle was a disease, but it's not real. I think it's photoshopped actually, or something.
Okay.
I don't remember. I don't remember the exact story, but it was like some kind of STD that made your fucking vagina look like that.
Oh God, dude.
But that's not even the worst picture.
All right.
No, it would make these sores that would be square shaped and look like the crevices of a waffle filled with butter, and then it would discolor and turn blue.
Fuck, dude. I mean, this is it today, right? We're at
Yeah,
the
and you
bottom.
wonder why
we're
we're
at
like
the
this.
bottom, right?
This is why we don't work hard, Ross.
Yeah, no, I get it.
As a generation.
Wait, what do you mean? Because
you're looking for this shit all day on the internet.
No, we've been shown this, and we just don't know why life anymore.
I think seeing this stuff is important because it helps you understand memes. Like memes are kind of like a somewhat safer way to do weird shit in front of everybody. You know what I mean?
Sure, but like this image staring at me right now, I never needed to know that. Now, if this was an actual disease that we were worried about catching in real life, maybe. But this is absolutely fucking disgusting.
Well, there's never any actual
and that's going to haunt
reason
my dreams forever.
For anything.
No, not at all. And once again, we've taken this show just straight into the fucking basement.
What's that one where there's all the worms coming out of the girl's pussy?
Sure don't need that either.
It looks like fucking spaghetti. But
So there's a level of this as well of like us as a generation of like young boys have seen, and then the military took that and said, "Hold my beer."
Yep.
We're gonna spread all these other images. Rob.
Well, that's what Ogreish was before it became Live Leak. It was all weird, fucked up dick and pussy stuff, and then people getting their heads cut off.
And they think Andrew Tate is a bad influence on the younger generation
Not even
these
close.
days. It's not even close to what we have.
Not even close to what we have right here today.
Well, this was just like surfing the internet. There wasn't a personality involved in any of this.
No, we just found everything.
Yeah.
What did they say to get rid of Andrew Tate? Like, what was the final straw with that guy? Was there one post that just pushed it over the edge?
I think
misogynistic
I
or
think he got
something?
banned on purpose. I think he did it as a marketing device, to be honest.
Maybe.
Not maybe.
Does he have money?
I don't know.
Allegedly.
I don't know the answer to that, but this is good press for him, for sure.
Yeah.
Just with his subscribers on Hustlers University, I think he makes like $5 million a month.
Whoa. Are you fucking kidding?
And that's like
what's Hustlers University?
He basically has an online college where he like teaches people how to make money through like affiliate links with Amazon.
He scams people.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
fun.
basically Trump University.
Yeah, but you get $5 million a month?
It's yeah.
Shit. Son of a bitch.
And he
dude.
traffics women.
Any traffic swim? Okay. Are they overage, underage? Where are we at there? That's a fucking hard no on that one, dog. We're gonna end the show on that. That is absolutely
I'm
fucking
not opening my
horrific.
eyes.
No. And don't. I'm.
It looks like
I'm gonna
a-
Stevie Wonder this outro.
It looks
here
like a
and
bunch
just
of.
look up at the ceiling.
It looks like a bunch of mealworms coming out of a prolapsed cow.
No,
pussy.
no.
Well, you're wrong. It's we got everything
Could be
right,
an
except I think
asshole.
it's a donkey.
Oh, it may be a donkey.
Yeah.
I can't look. I'm not going to look at it. I'm going to go straight down the barrel at Giorgio there. Not going to see any of these monitors. Hopefully at home you can't see that in the Pete
I think
Rose
you should pay
jersey.
more attention to what's on the monitor because you literally just outed yourself a couple of days ago. You know what
I
mean?
did that. I did that.
So maybe look
That'll play. I got
worth
that
it.
at the gym today.
Look-
That'll play.
Look deep into this fucking
Nope.
animal's
No,
asshole.
no, I'm all good. Look deep into iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. But then again, why would you after this? I mean, we're driving these shows into the fucking depths of hell. So if you're out there and you still enjoy it, I'm about to throw up on this one. Please do so. Go to Spotify and just rate it a 5-star and then walk away. You don't have to do anything.
I think
Good.
we need like it's a shirt, right? And it's Ross on one side with a dialogue bubble that says that'll play, and then on the other side of the shirt, well, you know what it's gonna be, right? It's like Caitlyn Jenner or something.
Somebody put something on a shirt on Twitter today, and they were like, with that'll play on there. Matthew C. Hapes is saying, search fear of holes for Ross. All good on that. We'll save that for another day, but we appreciate you joining us today. Damn it, man. Bob, just clear it off the fucking screen, man. I can't look at this anymore. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin' Bros podcast. Good night, everyone.